Hi everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the OBS Engine 100 watt kit. This actually comes with the tank, it comes with the mod. Now this does come in a variety of different colors, which I'll be showing you towards the end, but this is right here, the ruby red, and they also have some other colors, and they've also got some things to customize it. So before I say too much, let's go ahead and go down. We're going to take a look at it. I'm going to show you everything about it. We're going to put it together, and then we're going to come back up and we're going to talk about it, pros and cons. So let's go look at the OBS Engine 100 watt kit. So here we are with the OBS Engine 100 watt kit, and this is the OBS information on this side, and then of course your barcode. And then once you open up the box, you're going to get your atomizer user attention card. This is just going to give you some information to make sure that you change out the coil. Here's your warranty card. So that's where you would have all your information for your warranty. And then you're going to get your user manual. And this does come in a number of languages. Specifications are in the book as well. And then you're also going to get your mod. You're going to get your tank. You're going to get a spare bubble glass because both of these do come with bubble glasses. Have the E1 coil. This one is a 0.4 ohm resistance mesh coil rated between 45 to 55 watts, but best at 50 watts. And that's what the inside looks like. And then you're going to get your tank. We'll go over the tank first. This is a 25 millimeter in diameter tank. It does say OBS Engine, and that's what that looks like. It does have a protruding 510. And then on the top, you're going to get an 810 drip tip. There's only one issue with it. It's really, really loose. It's tight to fit in, but it's loose when it's in there. It does move around a little bit, but it does fit any 810 drip tips that you have, such as like I have this 810 drip tip right there. It fits in perfectly, no wiggle or anything like that. But with the one that it comes with, it looks like it was supposed to have an O-ring on it, that they took it off, and it already has the bevel on the inside. So it does shake a little bit when it's on there. So I just want to let you know about that. There is a quarter turn top fill right there. It does have the locking right there. And it does have two big kidney shaped holes, really, really nice for easy fill. And it does go together just like that. And it's on. On the bottom, you do have some airflow. You've actually got 3 different airflow slots. Whatever you do to one does change the other. And then to open it up, you just go ahead and unscrew the base like this. Now, the great thing about this is that it's actually got the push-in. So all you have to do to take it out is just pull it out like this, and you can change out your coil. And that's what the base looks like. There you go. And then that is the chamber. And then this is where you would actually change out your glass if you need to. And this is the coil that comes installed. This one here is actually their E2 coil. It's a 0.2 ohm resistance coil. This one is good between 50 to 70 watts, and it is best at 60. And it is also a mesh coil. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave this one in here, but I am going to go ahead and prep it. So to prep the coil, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and put some e-liquid wherever I see cotton. This will just help it saturate faster. You still want to let it sit 5 to 10 minutes whenever you're putting in a new coil, so that it'll naturally saturate, with the e-liquid once you've installed it. So I'm just going to put some like that, and then just take it like this and push it right in. It doesn't matter which way you push it in, which is great. It doesn't matter which way you push it in, which is great. You just go ahead and put it on and then screw on the base. Now to fill it, again, all you got to do is just open up the top like that and pour in your e-liquid. Again, 6 mils of e-liquid capacity, which is a really, really good amount. Okay, and then just go ahead and put on your top cap. When you're putting on your top cap, make sure that you put it on all the way and make sure that it's closed. And then that's the tank. So that is the OBS Engine 100 tank. So now on to the mod, which this is actually pretty much the star of the show. Now this is a 100 watt mod, but that depends on which battery. This does take 3 different types of batteries. It takes an AC650 with the battery adapter that comes with it, a 2700 or a 21700. With the 2700 battery or the 21700 battery, you do get a full 100 watts. With the 18650 battery, it only gives you 80 watts. So I want to let you know. It is made out of zinc alloy and resin. These are your battery slides, which are removable, and I'll show you that in a minute. On the front, it does say engine right there. You've got your nice 510 plate right there. And then you've got your power button or fire button and your up and your down regulatory buttons. You've also got your Type-C charging port right there. I don't recommend charging your batteries in the device, but if you do, at least it's got Type-C charging. On the bottom, it's got your door opening for your battery. It does not have any type of ventilation, which I think it really should have some sort of ventilation for your battery personally, but it does not come with it. It is clearly marked as negative here. You've got your 18650 battery sleeve there. And then down on the bottom, that is actually positive. It's not marked for positive, but this is already marked for negative so that you know. Now this is a resin door and it does come off like this. You can actually change it out. You can purchase them separately. A number of them. I actually have two that were sent to me so that I could show you. So this right here is called their Forest Green. So you can swap it out if you want to. And that's what it looks like. Just pop that out like this. And then you would just take this one out and put this one in. And now you have a green mod. And then the door just goes right back on. So they've got a number of colors. I've got this one and I've also got this one, which is the carbon fiber. Which is of course a fake carbon fiber, but yeah, so that's what it looks like. The only bad part about it is that it doesn't come with a drip tip, a matching drip tip. So you would have to match it up yourself or use the one that the tank had. In this case, the red one. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in my battery and I put the door on. When you're putting the door on, you do want to press down when you're turning it to make sure that it locks into place. Okay, and when you first put the battery in, it's going to ask you if it's an 18650 or a 21700. If you have a 2700 or a 21700, you want to go ahead and select that. And then you're going to come to this screen. You're going to have your battery percentage, your battery indicator, your wattage. It's going to have a lock symbol. I'll explain that in a minute. Your voltage, your resistance, your seconds fired, and your puff counter, as well as some colors here. Now to unlock the device, what you're going to do is you're actually going to press your down button 3 times. And this will unlock it and it will allow you to change your wattage. If it's locked, you can fire the device, but you cannot change your wattage. This does go from 5 watts to 100 watts when you're using a 2700 or a 21700. If you're using 18650, it will only go up to 80 watts. Now to change your color, it's really, really cool. All you need to do is press your fire button 3 times and it'll change it to next color, next color. And you just keep hitting it 3 times and it'll change the color for you. And then to turn it off or on, it is 5 clicks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will turn the device off. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will turn the device on. So I think that that's great that it's automatically going to lock the wattage. There is no way to lock the device. You will have to turn it off with the additional 2 clicks. So it is 5 clicks to turn it off. But I like the fact that it's automatically locking the wattage so that you don't accidentally change it. So that's a great thing. And then the other thing that you can do is you can actually clear your puffs. So here's the puff counter. To clear your puffs, you're going to press your down and your fire button at the same time. And that's going to clear them out. As you see there, it did clear it out. Now this does come in with the resins and you can actually change them out. As I mentioned earlier, you can actually change them out. They've got so many different colors. They've also got a nice blue. And if you notice, the actual frame around the device comes in different colors. You've got black or gunmetal like this one, stainless steel like this one, and they all come with their corresponding drip tips. The only thing is that when you get the extras or the replacements, it does not come with a matching drip tip. So that's pretty much it for that. It does hold up to a 26 millimeter atomizer without any overhang. That's the only other thing that I did forget to tell you. It does have the pushing coils, top filled, A10 drip tip. The TPD compliance version only holds 2 mils of e-liquid. So I did want to let you know about that. And yeah, so let's go ahead. It's got the OBS branding right there. Let's go ahead and go on top. We're going to vape on it. I'm going to talk about it, pros and cons. Okay, so here we are with the OBS Engine 100 watt kit. I've showed you everything down below, as well as the different types of interchangeable battery sleeves they have. So let's go ahead and have a vape. Now I do have the 0.2 ohm resistance coil in here, and I currently have it at 50 watts. And this thing, which the best is actually 60, but at 50 watts, I'm getting amazing flavor. I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up for you to the recommended 60 watts. So now it's at 60 watts. But at 50 watts, I'm getting such great, I know exactly what this e-liquid tastes like. If you haven't seen my review, it should be coming soon. Absolutely amazing blueberry flavor. So let's go ahead and have another vape at 60 watts. The flavor just gets better and better. Really, really great sugary lips kind of flavor. So let's go ahead and talk about the pros. The first pro, of course, is going to be the flavor. The flavor is absolutely amazing. The second pro is going to be 6 mil capacity. 6 mil capacity. Wendy's always talking about capacity. 6 mil capacity in a sub-ohm tank. So I'm really, really happy about that. Plus, it's not even really tall. It's kind of a shorty type of sub-ohm tank. So I really like that about this. Another thing is going to be the 3 airflow holes. I personally like sub-ohm tanks or any type of tanks with 3 different airflow slots because of the fact that for me, it's more of a rounded flavor. It's not, I don't mind the 2 slots, but with the 3, I just feel like you just get better flavor in general. Now, these are mesh coils. They're really, really flavorful anyway. So with that airflow, it just bumps up that flavor just a little bit more, in my personal opinion. Now, it does have push-in coils. That is another huge pro for me. And that's because you don't have to worry about if you didn't thread the coil incorrectly, and then you get residual e-liquid coming out or you get leaking. You don't have to worry about it with this one because all you have to do is just push in the coil and you're good to go. As long as it's pushed in, you're good. You're golden. Now, there is one con for me regarding the tank, and that is going to be the drip tip. I don't like the fact that, now it's not loose where it's going to come out. It does take a little bit of force to pull it out, but the fact that it wiggles once it's in is not my favorite. Like, you can literally see it moving around there. That is not my favorite. Now, the good thing is that you can use any A10 drip tips and they'll fit absolutely perfectly as long as they don't have the O-ring on them. So any of your aftermarket A10 drip tips will fit just perfectly. I just wish that this one did not wiggle. I'm not sure why it does. I don't understand why it doesn't fit right, but that is definitely something that maybe they want to look into to fix that problem. Now, it is with any of their kits. All of them have the same type of drip tip. So for some reason, it's just not fitting fully, completely where it's going to stay snug, but it does stay in. You do need force to pull it out because that extra lip on the bottom does keep it in there. So you don't have to worry about that. So that's it for the tank. Now on to the mod. The mod is absolutely amazing. I'm loving the mod. I love the ergonomics of it. It's very, very easy to hold in your hand. Very, very lightweight because of the fact that it's mainly resin here. And then the frame is actually the zinc alloy. So it does help with the weight of it. Now, another great thing about this is the fact that you could customize it. Customization is always appreciated. Now, I love the fact that you can actually swap out sleeves. If you and your friend have different colors, you can swap them out and change them with your friends. You can purchase additional ones. It's absolutely amazing that they actually did this for us. And they fit just perfectly. It's literally the battery compartment sleeve, and you just change it out. The only bad thing about the sleeves is the fact that it doesn't come with a matching drip tip. So if I was to go ahead and swap this out, I would have to go and find a drip tip that matches it, because I like matchy-matchy. Otherwise, you can go ahead and use the one that it comes with if that doesn't bother you. Now, if you're using the black one, which is the black carbon one, you won't have to worry about the drip tip because of the fact that it's black. So whatever drip tip you already have in it is going to be fine. Let me go ahead and show you the carbon fiber one. So the carbon fiber is a shiny carbon fiber. Of course, it's not real because it's made of resin, but that is it. So if I were to change it out to this one, it would match perfectly with the drip tip and I wouldn't be having that problem. But once you get to colors, if you're going to get a color one, you will want to have a drip tip to match it if that bothers you. So that's, the only thing about the sleeve. But for the mod, I think it's great that they actually give you that option at all. So you can literally have like multiple new mods by just changing out the battery sleeve, which I think is really, really great. I just hope that they come out with them with the drip tips too. It's got Type-C charging, which is great for those of you that just don't want to charge your batteries externally. I always recommend charging your batteries externally because sometimes it can damage the battery and or the device, but that's just my personal preference. So I do want to make that known. But I would definitely get, plus you always have an extra backup. If you get 2 batteries and an external battery charger, you don't have to worry about it because as soon as the battery goes dead, pop in another one, you're not waiting for it to charge. So it's got some real big pros about doing that. Now, another feature on here, there's two features on here that are absolutely amazing for me. And first one is going to be that it automatically locks the wattage as soon as you hit the fire button. So even if you're changing any settings or you're changing your wattage, as soon as you hit that fire button, it automatically displays that lock, and it's locked so that you can't change it accidentally. That to me is definitely a huge pro, because I always like to be able to lock my wattage so that I'm not accidentally changing it. Having it built in automatically, I think just saves me an extra step. So I think that's great. Another thing is the color changing display. I think that that's amazing. I love color changing displays because it depends on like what I have on, or what battery battery sleeve that I have on. What color do I want my display? So I really, really like that. I know it's something small and some people think it's gimmicky, but for me, I really, really like that they did that. 3 batteries, 18650, 2700 or 21700 batteries fit this device. That is absolutely amazing. I love, love, love that, because sometimes if you only have an 18650 battery and you don't have a 21700 and you're ordering it, you can still use the device with the included adapter with an 18650 battery. Now, when you're putting in your battery for the first time, it's going to ask you if it's 18650 or 21700. Make sure that you're choosing it correctly, because that's going to determine your max wattage of the device. So if you have a 21700 battery and you can't go past 80 watts, then you know that you actually selected it wrong. Just take out the battery, put it back in, and make the proper selection. Now, if you're using a 2700 battery, you're going to also choose the 21700 option, even with the 2700s, because they're basically the same battery, just a little bit smaller, bigger, but that is the option for that. The fact that you can use any of the 3 batteries is definitely a huge pro for any of us out there. Now, again, I have to mention the weight. The weight on this is absolutely amazing. It is so lightweight. It's lighter than any of my other single battery mods. It's super, super lightweight. So I absolutely love that about it. Now, there is just one thing that is going to be a subjective con. It's not a con for me, but it can be a con for you guys out there. And that is the fact that you cannot lock the device. The wattage locks, but you can't lock the device. So you would have to actually turn it off or turn it on. For me, that's not a problem, because I always turn off my devices when I'm not using them, rather than locking it to put it like in my purse or anything like that. I always turn it off. So for me, it's not a big deal clicking it an additional 2 times to turn it off. But I did want to let you know, because for some of you out there, you really like locking it, and this doesn't have that feature. But all in all, the whole thing is just amazing. You can fit up to a 26 millimeter atomizer on here without any overhang. It's just got a very, very nice, sexy look to it. I love the fact that it says engine there. You would think that because it's branding, but it really looks good on it. It really does. Now, another thing I did forget to show you is actually right here on the tank. It actually has a little logo symbol, the OBS logo right there, which I think is nice and cool. It's not over branding on the tank, which is definitely a huge pro. Other than that, I really can't find anything else wrong with this. You can clear your puffs, which is another big thing for those of you out there that like to, gauge the amount of puffs that you can have to change your coil. So I think that that's great, and it's easy to go ahead and clear that, as I showed you down below. But other than that, I think that it works so well. The flavor is amazing. Now, there was one con that I do have, and it's a personal con for me. I feel like if you have a device that goes up to 80 or 100 watts, you should actually have coils that come with it that can get to either 80 or like a little bit higher, almost to 100 watts, because of the fact that you're not really using the device for its full potential. I would definitely like to have seen a coil that had a best range of like 80 watts. I think that would be great, because that way you can use it with the 18650 battery or the 21700, 2700 batteries. So that to me is definitely a pet peeve that I have, because you've got the one coil that the best is at 50, the best is at 60. It's not even getting close to the maximum capacity of the device. So I really would have liked something to have like a best of 70 or a best of 80. So I really wish that it had a higher capacity coil that could go higher in wattage. That's just my thing. That's how I feel about it. I just wish that it came with a higher wattage coil. But other than that, the way that it works, and even at 60 watts that I have this at, I'll go ahead and bump it up to 65. Okay, so now we're at 65 watts. So I'll go ahead and vape it on there. It's not bad. It's still giving really, really amazing flavor. I know that I tried the max at 70 and it was not catching it. It was not going to do it for a long, because I chain vape. If you're just vaping and you're setting it down, it probably would be okay. But for somebody who chain vapes, I don't recommend doing it at the full 70. You can get away between 60 to 65 max, in my personal opinion. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for my review. I'm going to go ahead and leave all the colors up here for you. Now, again, you can get it with the frame being stainless steel, gunmetal, and black. You can also get the different resin doors. They come in a number of colors. I think that that's awesome. 6 mil capacity. You really, really can't go wrong with 6 mil capacity. I absolutely love it. And again, the flavor of these coils, other than it not being able to hit, you know, a higher wattage, the flavor of the coils is absolutely amazing. These mesh coils do not joke. They don't play around. They're really, really flavorful. So yeah, for a kit like this, I would recommend it. I absolutely love it. I think that it's great. It fits. It fits in your hand so well. And again, it's very, very lightweight. So for those of you that might have a problem with your hands or, you know, carrying heavy devices, I think you would really, really like this one. Juicy lips, I promise you. This is so, so good. So yeah, so that's it for my review. Let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts on this kit? What are your thoughts on the battery sleeves? I think that that is so cool that you can customize the device the way that you want it. I think that that's absolutely amazing. I love the colors that it comes in. Again, I've got it in the red, I've got the green battery sleeve, and then of course the carbon fiber one. I think that it's great that you can interchange them, and especially if you have family members that get it also, and you can just swap them out with them too. I think that's great. So you can have a number of different looks to it. So I think that's amazing. So yeah, so let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I will see you in my next one.